Hello and welcome back for part 2. I can't believe it's already been a week and already it's part 2. Okay, so this is where we left off from last time. As you can see, this is round 17. Now for this round, we're going to be crocheting with our colour A around these chain 5 spaces, the back here that we've left. We're going to be in these chain spaces here on the back as well that we left before. We're also going to be crocheting in all of these picots, the small ones at the front. So I would suggest you make sure that they're all pulled through nicely through your spaces that you made in that last round actually. So that we can reach them properly, and they're going to be pulled up nicely. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to be going through this space here and picking up this little picot right there as well, which is from round 13, which is colour C, so we picked up right there as well. So this is an exciting round. Loads of things are going to happen. A lot of things are happening on the back of it, putting things up, but then we're on the back again. So you will see that this is almost framed and finished, and then we keep on going behind that to keep going on a blanket. So welcome back. I'm going to get ready and crochet 2 of these sides and get back to you and help you with that and the 4th. Okay, so let's get started. As I mentioned, I've already told you what we're about to do, and it's going to look like this. So we're doing this part here on the back of your work, and then we're going to be picking up all of these picots, just like that, okay? And then we are picking up this picot through this little space and picots again and then the back. Give you a little tip. I don't know if you remember from part 1, but I've mentioned that I don't really like doing fastening off, doing invisible joins with chains. I just find it annoying. I don't think it works really well. So when I started this round, instead of making 7 double crochets, I've only done 6. As long as you don't forget and leave it at 6, it's fine. So when I come around and I finish, I'm going to do one last double crochet here and then fasten it. So it's going to be all seamless. So let's get started so we can get this show on the road. So we've got our colour A, whatever colour you're using. So exciting to see what people are using, colours and everything, and yarn. Let's start off. We're doing 7 double crochets in this first chain here on the back, okay? As I said, I always do standing stitches. If you want to chain 2 and do it that way, that's fine as well. It's just a personal preference, but I always do standing stitches, and obviously I'm continuing from the last round, so I'm just going to keep on going. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, after that we're chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, just going to be our corner, and then we're going into the next chain 5 on your back, and doing another 7 double crochets in that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, more yarn, and 7. Now, after we've done that, we're going to be catching these picots. So make sure that you've pushed them through the spaces. You've got these little upside down V's here in between them. We're gonna start off by chaining 2, so we get there. And now it's just like we've done before when we've picked up picots. I go through and grab 2 little strands on the front. So one, probably the next one, let's take that one, like that. And simply enough, just do a single crochet there. Actually, I dropped one. No, yarn's made up of loads of tiny strands. I dropped one of them. Let's do it again. So, single crochet through there. We've got a repeat going on now. So it's a chain 1, single crochet in the next picot through A, and we're doing that twice. So chain 1, go through your next picot. So you pick that up, you're going to be pulling it up so they reach towards the sun, like that, and then another chain, and then the last of those 3 there, so the last bit in that repeat. After that, we're chaining 2. Whoops, I'm about to chain weirdly. And now we're picking up this picot 6A, and because that is so large, can you see, because it's 6 chain, you'll be able to just go straight through that chain like that and pick it up. Okay, makes it easier. And you could probably do that along here as well, which is usually how you pick up your picots. It's a lot of work, I think, to find it, so I just grabbed 2 strands of yarn, so I guess I am cheating. Anyways, we're doing 2 more chains and picking up the next picot as we go. I think actually Tess might probably be doing it in a better way, and I bet you in the pictures she shows you that. And then again, this is another repeat, so we're doing the same thing as we've been doing on the other side, chaining 1 in between and then doing a single crochet. Whoops, I dropped my yarn. What's going on? Let's do this again. Go through there, pick up the yarn. There we go. Chain 1, and then the last and final single crochet for this flower bud section. Okay, so let's grab 2 like that. Okay, so this is what that looks like. Can you see? We've picked them up. So when we've finished that little flower bed, we want to chain 1, and we're going to be crocheting in those other little chain spaces that we still have left on the back. Yeah, there we go. So let's go in there, and we're doing 2 double crochets and then 2 treble. So 1 and 2, and then we've done our first treble, and let's do another treble in the same spot. Okay. After we've done that, we're chaining 1. Now, if you look in your pattern, there's a long explanation about how to do this. Actually, it's pretty simple, but if you're just reading the pattern, it's difficult. So you can see that that little single crochet is noted in these little upside down, well, actually crocodiles coming from the ceiling. It's very random. And what we're going to do is make sure that this picot here from round 13 is picked up right over there. Okay, so it pops up behind your toffee popcorn. You're going to go through this chain space here that you've got from the previous round. You catch that picot as so, and to actually finish your stitch, it's easier to pull it through this chain. It's gonna pop back in, don't worry about it. And you're doing a single crochet in that, and then we're doing 1 more single crochet, one more chain, and we're back to chaining in on the other side. So that was it to make that come up behind so you can see it clearly. Okay, so we're doing 2 more trebles. This round is actually pretty nice and simple. It's not that much work. It's like that because the first part is very long, 17 rounds. Could have divided that up into 2, but we didn't for several reasons. But the next parts are not as long as the first one. So actually, I think we're only doing like 6 rounds for this. So after we've done that, we're chaining 1. And we're starting this whole picot thing over again. And you remember, oh, look at me forgetting to fasten yarn. What a surprise, I missed that. Okay, so you remember what to do. We're going into that picot, picking it up and making a single crochet. Chaining 1, picking up the next picot. I can tell you, because I've been doing this also in Epic, and I've been doing it in Epic and doing it actually in just 1 color. This is a lot harder when you're doing it in 1 color, because it's really easy now to just know, oh, I'm going down to that round to that color. When this 1 color is so difficult. I keep on getting lost. So it's taking a lot longer. There we go. Like that. And remember, before the picot 6/8, we're chaining 2 to reach all the way to the top of that. And as you remember, that's more, you can find the whole chain there. Just grab the whole thing and do your single crochet. Doing another chain 2, and then we keep on going in the next picot. Like that. So 1 single crochet, chain 1. Excuse me. We thought we were getting over all of these flus and colds, but they're coming back to get us again. Evil little ones. Okay, so let's find that bit there. Just like that. And then chain 1 and do the last picot of that round. Whoops, there I just dropped everything. That happens sometimes, it's just usually no one's around to see it. Okay, so after we've done that, we chain 2, and that's that whole repeat done. Okay, so let's just do it again 1 more time. If you think you need to follow that again. So let's do 7 double crochets in the chain space on the back. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah. After that, chaining 3. Whoops. If some of you might have noticed, I've got a different background today. Excuse me. Basically, that whole ordeal where the stitch markers made noise really bugged me. So I'm hoping that doing it this way around will mean that there'll be less noise when I'm doing this. Let's count that because I don't have a clue, because I was talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more. So I thought, okay, I'll put some fabric on the table and hopefully there won't be as much noise as before. This is actually curtain that I've been given. Chain 2, and let's do the picot rounds again. That I've been given from like my neighbour gave it to me. She's lovely. She turned 80 last year. She's gorgeous, gorgeous, lovely old lady. Okay, so chain those 2, and then we're doing a single crochet, chain 1 in between the picots. Chain 1, and then whoops, that one had escaped. Come back here. So Let's chain 2. That yarn didn't want to flow at all. That. And then because we're at the 6A, we're chaining twice. And then finding that little spot in that chain you can go in, chain twice. And then we're doing these little ones again. That's 1, chain 1, catch the next one. Single crochet, chain 1, and then go through the final one of that right side flower bed section, depending on what you want to call it. I like it actually calling it a flower bed. Okay, for this we're also chaining 1. Okay, that needs to stop because that's going to be annoying for you. And we are chaining 1, aren't we? Let's have it, just find myself there. Yes, and then we're doing 2 double crochets. Like that. 2 trebles. Look. Doopy-doopy-doo. Like that. And now the baby's kicking like crazy. If it's not one thing, it's the other. The baby kicking is lovely though. My favourite things. And after we've done that, we chain 1, and then we have that special single crochet. So remember, go through that chain. Make sure you get that pulled up a little bit so you can reach it. Go from the front. It's always better to go from the front because it's going to pull it up a bit better. Pull it on the back so that you can make your single crochet. Chain 1, it's going to get pulled back down, don't worry about it. 2 trebles in the next chain space available. 1, 2, and 2 double crochets in the same spot. Like that. Okay, and now chain 1, and we're back to actually just the final little part that we've got. So let's do that, shall we? So we're catching the last flower buds at the end of this round. So doing a single crochet for that. 1, chaining 1, and then another single crochet. One little one. It's actually, I will tell you though, it's when you're recording these things, I mean, I'm having so much fun, and it is a different kind of way of crocheting that, because usually I have this, I have my work obviously in a completely different angle and a completely different place because I have it closer to me. So it's a little bit more complicated. I'm worried sometimes that you don't see what I'm doing because I've moved things around, but hopefully it's fine. Like that. And then we've got that the last picot 6A, chain twice before going into that, pick it up, single crochet, chain twice, 3 more to go, and then you are maybe not done, maybe have 2 more repeats, but then I'm done. Oh, I'm glad I'm making myself laugh. And then let's see, it's going to that next one, like that, chain 1 again, and do the final single crochet. Like that. Then we are chaining 2, and if you remember, I only did 6 in the beginning, so I have to do 1 final double crochet like that. I cut my yarn and I'm done. Okay, so that's what that looks like. See, now I could not move my camera so that I get the whole thing so you can see it, but you see what's going on here. It's going on You see we're working along the back here, so we're going to be coming from here now, so these won't be disturbed anymore. Well done. I'll meet you back for round 19. Hello, welcome back to round 19. Okay, so I've already done 2 sides like this. You can see how we're picking up and working in these the stitches that we did in picots. For this round, you'll be crocheting in all of these places here that we just did in round 18. However, when you come to the flower bud section, you're actually not going to be crocheting in those chain spaces in between the picots, okay? You're leaving them completely. What you are, however, doing is you're crocheting in the chain spaces from round 17. So here on the back, you remember you did those chain spaces that we pulled around the picot, and that's where you're going to be placing your double crochets, okay? I think that's the only thing in this that's a bit tricky. It's not really even tricky, it's just, again, placement. So actually, let's get started. We're using our colour B, which in my case is still cantaloupe. And we're starting in this chain 3 space, which is your corner, in between those 7 double crochets. So let's see what we're doing. We're doing 2 single crochets. Now you can do standing one, you can chain, as always, all down to what you prefer. We're doing 2 single crochets, chaining 2, and then 2 single crochets, and that's that little corner done. And that wasn't too bad. After that, we're doing 1 single crochet in every single stitch here, which is 7 stitches. Don't miss the hidden one. Not very hidden in this though. You should see it quite clearly. 1, 2, 3, 6 and 7. After that, we're doing a single crochet in the chain space here that you've got after those 7. So go in there, like that. Okay, so now let's start this whole section, right? Okay, so we're doing in the top single crochet of the picot, that's where you're placing a single crochet. Okay, and after that you're doing the double crochet in the chain on the back. Okay, now we're repeating this 2 more times. So in all of these, you know, the 3 smaller picots leading up to the big one. So single crochet in the picot, single crochet, and then a double crochet right there in the back chain from round 17. Again, on top of that picot, go into that single crochet and make another single crochet, and then find, it's going to be, this chain space is going to be right behind the picot. You do a double crochet right there. So it looks like that. Okay, now after we've done that, we're skipping this chain 2. It's written in there just so you don't miss that. And in the single crochet on top of the picot 6A, you're doing the following. Now you can see there's brackets within the brackets, okay? So look at it carefully. So in this single crochet, you're doing a single crochet. And now there's another bracket, and that's actually for the chain space behind this one. Okay, you remember that chain 3 space. Okay, so in that we're doing a double crochet, we're chaining 2 and doing a double crochet, and then we're back up to that chain, back up to that single crochet on top of the picot 6A, and we're doing another single crochet, right? So that looks like this. You get this little tiny chain space that's coming up behind here, okay? After that, again, we're skipping 2, and then we're starting this round, like this flower bud section off with doing a double crochet, finding that chain space behind the first picot, and then doing a single crochet on top of the picot. Now that's not too bad, is it? You find it quite easily because they're quite big, these chain spaces. So again, double crochet in the chain space and a single crochet, whoops, single crochet right there in that picot. So we're doing this 3 times, remember? So another double crochet like that, and then the single crochet in there. Okay, so when we've done that, we're getting to the middle here now. Now after this flowered sections, you're going to be crocheting in round 18 again. So we're starting in that chain space, so we're doing a single crochet in that chain, doing 4 more single crochets in the next 4 stitches then. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 like that. Okay, we're doing a single crochet in the chain space, and now in the single crochet that picked up that picot from that other round, we're doing single crochet, and then we're doing a chain 2 and another single crochet, so all in the same space. That's why it's in brackets. Okay, and after that we start going back, so 1 single crochet in that chain space, single crochet in the next 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and after that another single crochet in that chain. And now we're back to the second flower bud section. All right, so we're going to be starting off with a single crochet, and a double crochet on the back in that chain, single crochet in the next single crochet on top of the picot, and then a double crochet on the back. We do that a total of 3 times. That's what the repeat says. Is that double crochet, and now we're going straight into that single crochet on top of the big picot, doing 1 single crochet, going to the back there to the chain on the back, double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet, and back into that 1 on top and do single crochet. We've finished that picot 6A. Skipping stitches again, well, these chains here, starting off with a double crochet on the back in that chain, single crochet, so it's just repeating and repeating and repeating. You should be getting the hang of it like that. Okay, once we've done that, we're doing a single crochet in the chain space, doing single crochets in the next 7 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and we're back. So we've just finished that very swiftly, and that's your first repeat. As you can see, you've got these little chain things there, a little tiny one there. Pretty straightforward, this one. I'll go with you one more in case you need that. So we're back to our corner, 2 single crochets, chain 2 and 2 single crochets like that, single crochet in the next 7 stitches, starting off with your hidden stitch, so 1, 2, so Don't forget to use the hashtags for the cow. You're posting pictures on Instagram. It'd be so nice to see everyone's progress on this. After that, we're doing a little single crochet in that chain and going straight into that next single crochet with another single crochet. Double crochet on the back in the chain. I'm just going to keep going. Yeah? I think that should be fine. You can see what's going on. So no, don't forget to post your progress so that we can see where you're at and colours that you've chosen if you're not using the kits. And even if you're using the kits, that's exciting too. Apparently Tess is holding some private contest about which kit is getting bought more. I'm not sure I'm enjoying that. Okay, so when we've done that, we're skipping that, going straight into that single crochet on top of this picot 6A. Single crochet. Now this was the tricky bit, you know, brackets in brackets. On the back of that, find the chain, and in that chain you're doing double crochet, chain 2, and then another double crochet, and back into that single crochet on top of that picot and make a final single crochet, and that's that stitch done. Okay, like that. Now we're starting off with a double crochet, and again it's repeats, so we're doing the same thing 3 times. Double crochet, and then on top of that stitch a single, another double crochet, and another single, like that. Okay, now we're back to the next middle. We're doing a single crochet in that chain space. We're doing single crochets the next 4 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's double check that so I don't mess it up. So that's in the chain 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after we've done that, another single crochet in that chain. In that single crochet on top of that picot that we caught through that chain space, we're doing single crochet, chain 2, and then single crochet. Pretty straightforward. Another single crochet in the chain, and single crochets in the next 4 stitches. And then a single crochet in that chain space. Now I think we're starting off with, we're starting off with single crochet, like that. And then on the back, the double crochet. Single crochet, and then double. I'm going to work today. I wasn't actually going to be working today because we were supposed to go not only to my mother's birthday party, but we knew we were supposed to go to a friend's house for a birthday party, but we're all feeling a bit under the weather, meaning more than the rest of us, so we're not, which means I got to work instead, which is fine. I need to do this too. So when you've done that final double crochet, we're skipping that stitch, and again we're on top of this picot 6A, which is a double bracket deal. So first single crochet just on top, but on the back we're doing that double crochet, double crochet, come back here, and that chain 2, and then double crochet. Finish off with a single in the single, like that. Yeah, now you're finished. Home stretch now, just a little bit left. Okay, so we start, after we've done that, we start with a double crochet behind the next picot. Like that. No, not like that. Do it like this instead. Hang on. Let me finish it first. Okay, and then a single crochet on top, then on the back again, and then let's see. just one, even though it's a chain 2, we're just doing the 1 and single crochet in that chain space, and then we're doing 7 single crochets all in those 7 double crochets that we did in that chain 5 space, like that. And that is that round done. You might have 2 more to go. I don't. I cut my yarn. And now that was round 19 completed. Okay, so keep going and I'll meet you back in just a minute and we'll do round 20. Welcome back. We're here already for round 20. We're using colour E. In my case, that is Blossom, the pretty pink one. This round is pretty exciting, I think, because you're turning your work around and then turning it back again in the middle of your sides. I will show you quickly what we're about to do. Nothing major strange here. We're doing some back posts in the corner. We're chaining here and skipping a bunch of stitches, and then doing these cluster stitches that we've done before in that chain space there. And this here is where we are going to be working back and forth and then back again to get this height already, but not with separate colors. So exciting stuff. So do pay close attention and look at your pattern. It should be very clear. Let's get started. In the corner, in that corner 2 chain space, that little one there, very simple in brackets. We're doing 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. So that's not gonna be what trips you up on this in this round, is it? Chain 2 and then 3 double crochets. Kind of just getting started now, because like the first part, the other parts aren't going to be that long, but 4 hours. Did you sit through it? Did you hear all the fun things I said? Anyways, we are skipping 2 stitches. Remember that you've got this hidden stitch here that we are skipping as well then. So we're skipping that, and the first one we're actually then going to be starting is the first one in that double crochet as well, okay? So we're skipping 2 stitches and then we're doing 6 back post double crochet. Skip, skip, and then doing 6 of these, okay? You should be familiar with these now as well, I think. We've done quite a few. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After that, we're doing a half double crochet, well, back post one. So we're going to keep doing the back post. So back post, half double crochet like that. Oop, almost did double. And then a back post single crochet. Sorry, I know you could probably notice that I'm starting to really get a cold again. It's really bugging me now. Anyways, you'll have to survive that because I think this is more important. Okay, the next stitch now that you should be at is that single crochet in the single crochet of the picot, right? So we're here now. You're skipping 8 stitches. I will we can count that actually, so you know that you've done the right thing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that 8th one should be that double crochet on the back, in the back chain behind the large picot, okay? So you're actually just skipping all of these stitches that you've done in the flower bed, in the flower bed section, and going straight to this chain space that we have here, okay? And in that chain space, that's where you're doing your 2 double crochet cluster, chain 2, 2 double crochet cluster, okay? So let's do a cluster. Hang on, did I chain 2? Why didn't you tell me? I missed that I was chaining 2. Did you know that I was skipping? There we go. 1, 2. I was thinking that was a bit tight. Look at that. Okay, so now we can do our cluster. So chain 2, do a cluster, chain 2 again, and then your second cluster. Just doing 2 clusters in there. What's going to happen with them later on is really fun. Very mad and insane, but fun. Okay, so when you've done that cluster, we're doing another chain 2. And we're skipping another 8 stitches, okay? And that again is going to be all of your stitches of this flower bed section. So the last, the eighth single crochet that you're skipping should be this one in this picot part here. So let's just count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I was checking, that's that one coming up from the picot. Makes it easy. So the first one you're going to start in is this single crochet in that chain space. Okay, so we're going to start off then doing back post single crochets in the next 7 stitches. So let's do that. Let's go in there. After skipping those 8 stitches, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The seventh one should be that single crochet on top of that picot, okay? You remember you did a single crochet, 2 chains, and a single crochet in the same spot, so it should be that first one. Okay, so when we've done that, let's see where we are. We've done 7 stitches. Then we're doing a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in this chain 2 space. So single crochet, chain 2, and then in the same spot, another single crochet, just like that. And after we've done that, we're doing another 7 back post stitches. So 7 back post single crochets in the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so again, you can check if you're in the right spot by making sure that the one that your next stitch now should be, again, this one going in your picot. However, this is where we start turning our work around. So chain 1 and turn your work around. Look at that. Now we're crocheting backwards. Okay, so from the wrong side, it's very clear in the pattern. From the wrong side, single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So, okay, you've chained 1, so your next stitch here is that. So let's go in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now what you should be left with is these 3 stitches here. Okay, you're slip stitching in the 2 next stitches. So 1 little slip stitch, 2 little slip stitch. We're skipping the next stitch and doing a slip stitch in the chain, okay, that 2 chain that you've just made. So you slip stitch right through there, okay, so it's kind of like you're just going up that way. After that, you're chaining 1, okay, and you're skipping again that stitch, which obviously will now be on your other side, right? So you can see that you are skipping. So you can turn it if it's easy for you, but you're skipping this stitch, okay? See if I can show it clear enough. you're skipping the first stitch, and then you're doing slip stitches in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2, and after you've done that, you can check, you should have 5 stitches left. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and in those we're doing single crochets. So 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so that was what we did on the mat there. Now we're turning the work around again. So chain 1 again, turn your work back. Okay, look, we've gotten a bit of height now, which we didn't have before. Let's see, I've finished my tea already, so I don't have anything to drink. Okay, from the right side, okay, we're doing a half double crochet. So going into that first one there, half double crochet. After that, we've got a double crochet. In the next stitch, we're doing 2 doubles, 1 and 2. Okay, after that, we're doing another half double crochet, and in the final 5th stitch that we just did, doing a single crochet. Okay, we're skipping these 2 slip stitches that we made, and that means that when we're skipping them, we actually will be crocheting in this chain space that we have here and around the whole thing. Okay, so not in those the one chain and the slip stitch, but actually around that whole thing. Okay, that slip stitch that we did on that side and chain 1 actually were just to kind of get us to the other side without actually making anything happen in the pattern. Okay, and in the blanket. So they've just made this part here a little bit thicker. That shouldn't bother you too much, I don't think. Okay, so what we're doing in this, we're skipping, and then we're going straight into that and doing 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. The baby has got hiccups. Chain 2. All of my babies have always had a lot of hiccups. I wonder if that means that it's a girl. Very exciting to know. We'll know before the cal is over, probably. Very exciting. Okay, so chaining 2 and then doing 3 more double crochets. So basically the same thing as we did over here in our corner right there. Okay, and for this bit now, we're skipping those. You can kind of see where you have the stitches you're working in and those slip stitches. We're skipping those slip stitches, 2 of them. You can always make sure by counting and looking. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to be starting in that because we're working in those 5 single crochets. Okay, so you start off in that single crochet doing a single crochet. Then we've got a half double crochet, 2 double crochets in the same stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. And then in the final one, we're doing a half double crochet and a slip stitch. Okay, this is, I'll explain why, because as you can tell, when we're going from this side, we get this angle. Okay, so I've been trying to make that happen on the same, on the other side as well, so it mirrors that, which is obviously hard because your yarn comes out of the top. So we have to bring it down, and we're doing that with that 1 slip stitch first, and then we're slip stitching around the last back post single crochet we did. So just getting in there, doing another single crochet, trying to get us even further down so that we're getting in the same level as this one here. So well done, we've done that, turning our work backwards and forwards. And after that, chaining 2. And again, it's just like the other side. We're skipping these 8 stitches, and as you know, that will be all of these ones in the flower bud section, and we're going straight into that chain space that we have here, doing clusters, 2 double crochet clusters, whoops, like that, chaining 2 in between, and then another cluster. again chaining 2 and skipping 8 stitches. Now count them. It's always good to count them, but it should be that the last and 8th final one that you're skipping falls into the single crochet that falls into the last picot. But let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and that's that one. So we're going to be doing a back post single crochet around the next stitch. It's actually quite cold in my room, so my hands are really cold now. It's quite hard to crochet when your hands are cold, don't you? Anyways, so when we've skipped those, we're doing the back post single crochet. We're doing 1 back post half double crochet in the next stitch, and then we're doing 6 back post double crochets. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on, these hiccups. Little baby, what have you been eating? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So when we've done those 6, skipping the next 2 stitches, and then we're back to our corner. So well done. That was our first repeat. Actually, my 3rd, like I keep on saying, because I would, you know, hope you're liking the fact that I'm doing the first 2 so that you can see what's going to be going on. But let's do this that one more time then. Maybe I'll try and do it a little bit quicker. Still talking and letting you know what I'm about to do there. So we're skipping those 2 stitches and we're back to the beginning. So let's start that. We've got our corner. We have 3 double crochets, chaining 2. The reason I'm actually doing this twice now, I just posted on Instagram in between when I was preparing for this round what people prefer, if they prefer 1 or if they prefer 2 repeats. And I was hoping to get 1 because obviously the last one was 4 hours and it would be a good thing for my back at the moment with the baby and everything to not sit still and do this for too long. However, all of the responses I've gotten in so far have been 2 so that's why I'm doing 2. Okay, we're skipping 2 stitches and we're doing back post double crochet in the next 6. So don't forget that hidden stitch. Skip 2 and then let's do 6 back post double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that, so we've done 6, and then we had a half double, a back post half double, and then a back post, oops, don't yarn over, back post single crochet. Okay, we should be at the flower bud section now, which we are. Okay, remember we're skipping 8 stitches, and that will be your flower bud section. We'll count it anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 8, and 8 will be your double crochet that's in that chain on the back. We are chaining 2, not forgetting that this time, and we're doing 2 double crochet clusters, chaining 2, and then again another cluster with 2 double crochets, chaining 2. Okay, even if you think this is turning a bit tight, don't worry. Okay, you didn't see that screen. We now need a bigger screen. If you think this is tight, don't worry about it. This is all going to get sorted out when you keep going. And if you've blocked this now, that's fine. You can block things if you feel like you want to do that as well. Skip 8 stitches. Okay, skip 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That will be that in that picot. And with the next one, we're starting to do 7 back post single crochets. Okay, so this will be the start then of your little turning back and forth, back and forth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, like that. Okay, so when we've done 7, we're doing in this chain space that we have here on top of the picot that we caught, we're doing a single crochet, chain 2, and then single crochet. All right, and after that we're again doing 7 back post single crochets. So let's do that straight away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And if you've gone past the flower bud section, you've gone too far. Okay, so after that, remember, this is where we turn our work. So chain 1 and turn your work. Like that. Nice to see the back of it, isn't it? And for this, we're starting off with 5 single crochets in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. In the next one, we are doing a slip stitch. Whoops, I've dropped it. Next 2 actually, we're doing slip stitches. So 1, 2, skipping that next stitch, and go. Are we chaining? No, we're going straight to the middle of that, skipping the stitch and doing another slip stitch. Let's get a bit closer. You've just done 2 slip stitches, skipping that next stitch, going in, again doing a slip stitch. It takes you to the top, okay? Look at that. It takes you to the top of that chain space. So you actually just making it, if you were building something, you're just making that a little bit sturdier, a little bit stronger, okay? And after that you're chaining, because it's not really easy to slip stitch through that again. So after you've done a chain, we're skipping the first stitch, which will be that there. Double check it if you're not sure. Count from the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 2, or actually slip stitch through those 2, and that's the skipping one, okay? So when we've done a chain, we're going to skip that and do 2 slip stitches, like that. And when we've done those, single crochet in the next 5. And we've just counted, so they should be correct, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, turning our work back again. So chain 1 and turn it around again. Like that. Okay, and now we're going to be doing this, working the next 5 single crochets that we've just done, starting off with half double crochet, moving on with 1 double crochet. The next one we're doing 2 double crochets. Oh come on, these hiccups, man. And then we're doing half double crochet again, and then in the last one we're doing, which one might actually be kind of flipped a little bit to your back, so kind of maybe turn your work a little bit so you really get in there, and doing a single crochet there. All right, when we've done that, we're skipping the 2 slip stitches that are kind of also really turned a bit on your back, so you can't really see them from this end, but you're skipping those 2 and going straight to this just big chain space that we have here in the middle, okay? And in that we're doing 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, chaining 2, 1, 2, getting more yarn. Don't need to put that in the pattern. And then 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when we've done that, again we're skipping these slip stitches, and if you're not sure where to start, just count and make sure you start on the 5th one. So you can count from your corner from your side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you can see then what you're skipping and where you're going to be starting. Okay, so after we've done that middle bit, it's skipping the 2 slip stitches, and in that 5th one, first now you will start off with a single crochet. Next one is a half double, and you're doing 2 doubles in the same stitch, and then we're doing double crochet, and then in the last one, if you remember, because we need to bring it down again, doing a half double. If you don't drop your yarn like I do, because then we have to do a half double, we just have to do it again. Half double crochet, and then a single, yeah. And then we've got this extra stitch going down around that back post that we've the one further down to do that. And see, there we go. We've done one more. Well done. Okay, so when we've done that, chaining 2, 1 and 2, and again skipping all of those 8. Not going to count them this time. I'm going to go straight on and do my 2 double crochet cluster, chaining 2, 2 double crochet cluster, chaining 2, and skipping 8 more stitches. And we know the last one should be in that picot. So after that, I know that I'm just going to be doing a back post single crochet, phone actually rang there, even though I've got it on not disturb. I'm going to start from here again. Okay, so we're doing back post single crochet. After that, we're doing a half back post half double crochet, and then 6 back post double crochets. 1, get some more yarn again, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Like that. What you should be left with, those 2 stitches that we are skipping. Like that. Fasten that, and that is round 20. Well done. I'll see you back here for round 21. Hello and welcome back. We're about to do round 21. We're using colour D. In my case, that is white. This cold is really getting a hold of me now. Anyways, I've done 2 rounds, or 2 repeats already, so I'll go through with you what we're doing. Actually, nothing really complicated or anything you haven't done before in previous parts of the pattern. A lot of back posts. We're crocheting in these chains that we have here. 2 front posts, crocheting in the chain as well. And here you see what we're doing is we will be doing front posts, trebles in this chain space from round 17, pulling that up, making sure that this really gets made justice, I guess is the right word. Yeah, becomes very striking. And yeah, so actually let's just go. It's not that bad. You're gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna start with a corner. You will be doing a double crochet, treble, chain 2, treble, and then double crochet. So do a standing or chain. So let's stop saying that, you know that by now. But let's just get started. Okay, so double crochet, treble, crochet, chaining 2, yarning over twice, making another treble, and then the final double crochet, and that's your corner made. Okay, that's what that looks like. Now in these next 3 stitches, which was your previous corner, we're doing 3 back post double crochets. So double crochets around the back post like that. So from the back of your work to the front of your work. Like that. Okay. After that, we're doing 7 back post half double crochets in the next stitches. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 7, and the last one here before the chain, we're doing a back post single crochet. Okay, after that we're doing 3 single crochets in the chain, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now for these clusters, doing what we usually do, which is a front post, and we're doing a front post single crochet. After that, in this chain space that we've got in between, this 2 chain space, we're doing 1 single, chaining 2, and another single. Okay, and after that, we're at another cluster and doing a front post single crochet again. So that looks like that. Okay, we're at another chain space where we're doing 3 single crochets around that chain. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we've come to this middle part. Okay, and because obviously we went back and forth with that, this is where you're going to do 5 back post single crochets. Okay, you're not going around this chain bit here, you're actually starting in the half double crochet. Okay, so but it's not really skipping anything because that was just to get the height. So we're doing back post single crochets, 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and finally 5. Okay, when we've done that, we're skipping a stitch. Okay, so that's going to be that single crochet from your last round, and then what we're doing is we are yarning over twice and doing a front post treble crochet going down here. Again, this is one of those where I'm calling it a front post, even though it's just actually it's just a treble because it's around the chain. However, it acts like it looks like it, so that's why I've used that. Okay, you can see that it acts like that because it does this. So we're skipping that stitch, then we've got these 3 doubles here, and we're doing back post single crochets in all 3 of them. So let's do that. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now in this little chain space here, we're doing single crochet, double crochet, chaining 2, doing a double and then another single. Okay, double, oops, and then a single. And now we're just mirroring this and going back, so we're going to be doing 3 back post single crochets. You can see now that I'm kind of just moving on. I know you guys know how to work this now. I'm not worried. You can pause me as well, you know. There is probably a pause button. You can, whoops, you can just pause me so that, now if you were behind, you will be caught up. Anyways, after 3 back post single crochets, yarn over twice again, and we're doing this other front post treble. Okay, and just like over here, we're skipping the next stitch, back post single crochet in the next 5 stitches. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you remember, because we were going back and forth and all that, this one, because of that slip stitch that went down to make sure that we got the yarn to the spot we wanted it, makes it a bit tight. So just find a spot, don't do that, find a spot where you think, oh that works. So you just do a back post there, okay, like that. Okay, now we are back to doing 3 single crochets in that chain space around it. Not anywhere in this pattern do I work in the chain, as in like working in one chain. It's always around the chain. Doing a front post single crochet in that chain space, doing a single and chaining 2 and another single. Front post single crochet again, like that. And then we've got 3 more single crochets to go. This round is pretty quick, I think it is. And after that, we're back to here. So we're doing 1 back post single crochet, 7 back post half doubles, and then in those last 3 stitches, the back post double crochet. So let's start off by doing that single. So single, half double, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And when you've done that 7th, you should be at your corner that you did before. So 2, 3 back post double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, and that is that first repeat done. Okay, now I did do a little voting on Instagram. See, that's that one done. But done. Look at that. It's really starting. Like, I really like how it's turning out now. Don't you think it's just exciting? So many things going on, and even though the rounds are quite simple, the effect is in the fact that you move and you put the stitches in places you might not have thought about doing. In any case, I did the little survey on Instagram because I wanted to see, do people want 1 or 2 repeats? Sorry, I'm just gonna drink some water. Do people want 1 or 2 repeats? Because now obviously these are getting longer and longer. Everyone wants 2, so I'm doing 2. So you're just gonna have to bear with me, or fast me forward. It's all up to you. Let's start this again. Let's do the second repeat. I'll be with you. Let's do double crochet in that beginning corner, treble, chain 2, and do another treble, and then a double in the corner is done. So in my case, that's actually the last corner for this round. And there we go. Now we're doing 3 back post double crochets. It's very exciting as well. At the moment we are working on so many translations. We have so many people who volunteered to translate the pattern, which is just absolutely fantastic. 7 back post half double now, and it's just so amazing. So we've got everything from I think Danish to Portuguese and Arabic and Korean, and it's just absolutely amazing. So it's just people looking at the pattern saying, oh, it's very intricate and difficult, but actually I think that people will get it, and we've got the chart as well, and I think that should help, and hopefully we'll get people who only crochet charts to actually join the CAL. Let's see, it's been very exciting. And then when we've done those 7 half double crochets, we're back to doing 1 back post single crochet. Okay, so we're in the chain spaces. In those we're doing 3 single crochets. When we get to the cluster part, doing a front post single crochet in the chain 2, and then in the same chain another single crochet, front post single crochet, and in the chain we're doing 3, 1, 2 and 3. And now back to the middle part. And you remember not really skipping the first one because that's the chain bit that we did. Okay, so we're doing 5 back post is what it's called, 5 back post single crochets, and we're starting in the half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. When you've done your 5, way to double check it is you should have those 3 double crochets in the middle, and you should have that single left. And we're skipping the single because we're yarning over twice and going down into the chain space from round 17 and doing a treble crochet. In this case it's called the front post treble. After that we are doing 3 back post single crochets again. The middle bit here has got only single ones, back post single ones. 1, 2, 3 in those double crochets. Now for the middle bit we're doing a single in the same space, double, chaining 2, we're doing another double, and then finally again a single. After that we're doing again back post single crochets. That's what we're doing in this middle part. So do 3 of them. 1, 2, finally 3. Yarn over twice, go down and do that treble down in round 17, like that. Okay. Actually, I think that one was a bit too loose. You see? That's the thing sometimes, because I like this is me crocheting tightly. There we go. Let's do it again. I don't like it when they're too loose. Oh, that feels better. And after that, we're skipping that single crochet and doing 5 more back post single crochets in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we are back to these chain spaces where we're doing 1, 2 and 3 single crochets. 3. We're doing front post single crochet in the chain space. It's a single crochet, chain twice, and and then another single, and then the front post is again around the clusters again, the front post single crochet. Now I look up now and again and have a look to make sure that I'm following the pattern, but I've said it before, but I find, and I don't know if I'm the only one or if it's because I've made the pattern, but once I've done at least one or two, it kind of goes very, I think there's a flow to it somehow, so you know what to do. Starting with the front back post single crochet, 7 half doubles. So I find it easy to just, it becomes logical, I think. Actually, I think logical is the worst word to explain this cowl with, because people keep on saying, I wish I could have seen what was going on in your head when you came up with all these things. And yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. In any case, we're doing 7 of these, and you will be able to just do that like that, because those 3 in the corner, that should be when you've done 7. And we're doing 3 back post doubles. 1, 2, and 3, and then that's it. Okay, so let me cut my yarn. Oh, well, this cold stuff never get over. One of the reasons I think Sweden's a bit too cold for me. I don't think it's supposed to be like this. Anyways, there we go. Look at that. This is how far we've gone. It's really hard because I can't show you the whole thing. It looks, I love putting it like this and making it into this diamond type of shape. But still, you can't see the whole thing because the screen is it's too small. In any case, well done. Go around, do the last 2. I'll meet you at the end of that, which will be the start of round 22. Yes. Hello again. It's time for round 22. We're using colour A, Sunflower from me. What's your colour? In this one, we're kind of doing exactly what we did here, and I think it was round 7, where we and over here again, where we are doing, we're only working in these chain spaces, okay, and then making chains. The only place we're actually going down into the previous round is over here by the front post stitches, okay? So other than that, just the chain spaces and then making chains. Don't crochet it too tight. Even if it is tight, it's not gonna, I mean, you can see that mine now is pretty tight. It's gonna work itself out, so don't worry about it. But you don't have to do it, you know, really hard. As I've done too, and you start off with a chain. I'm just gonna do that, go ahead and do that chain before. 1, 2, 3, 8 and 9 before I start, because obviously I didn't want to start before you were here. Okay, so let's start this. We're doing loads of clusters again. Should be really good at these now. Let's start off doing a 2 double crochet cluster, chain 1. It's always kind of the same thing, another cluster, chaining 2. I'm really sorry about this with my throat and everything, but this needs to be done, so I can't really wait for it to be really well, because then probably the baby will come early and then you won't get a tutorial. So better that than no tutorial. Okay, after we've done our corner, you've seen this corner before. I think it's a very nice corner. That's why I've done them several times. Okay, we will be doing a chain 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So again, like I've done before, you skip all these stitches, but I don't write that you skip them because it would just be too much counting and you'd be fine anyways. Now, this one might be a little bit tricky. We're actually working in both this chain 2 space and in this, the one underneath. So from round 20, we're starting off in the one from round 20, okay? So we're doing a 2 double crochet cluster going in that chain 2 space from round 20, okay? Oh, almost did that more. Hang on. Wee. Come on. Like that. Okay. When you've done that, chain 1. So you're doing exactly the kind of same thing you're doing in the corner here, but you're doing it in 2 different places. Now, after you've done a chain 1, you're doing a cluster, but in the 2 chain space. That's from round 21. Okay. So let's do that. So we're doing another cluster. Kind of comes behind and above the one you've just done. Do you see? After that, chaining 2 and doing another cluster in the same space. Okay. Like that. Chain 1, yarn over, and now we're going back into round 20. Okay. It might feel a bit squishy and tight and everything, but you will be fine. Okay, like that. Okay, so what we've got here, if you can see, is the same type of cluster, formation as we have over here, with a cluster, chain 1, cluster, chain 2, cluster, chain 1, cluster. Yeah, it's the same here. On there, chain, cluster, chain 2, cluster, chain, and cluster. However, the 2 clusters on the sides are a little bit down here. You'll see later what we're going to do with these. So it's going to be really exciting. They're part of a bigger picture than just a little bit of a cluster. After you've finished that, chain 3. Okay. Now we're going down into round 21, previous round, and we are crocheting around a stitch. Okay, so around a stitch would be, if you were crocheting just in the stitch like normal, you'd be going here, those 2 legs. Around the stitch, you catch that, you see that underneath as well, so you're going, lifting up the whole stitch, okay? That's where we're going in. Around the stitch of the front post treble that we did, and we're doing another cluster formation. Okay, so we're doing a cluster like that, chaining 1 and then another cluster, the same space. Okay, so that's why we're doing that cluster. After that, we're chaining 1, jumping all the way to the middle, to this top chain bit. Now we're doing the same type of cluster we usually do. Same formation as you have in the corner. So with a chain 1, another cluster. Oops, went through 1 too many. Like that, chain 2, and then back again. So cluster, chain 1, and then another cluster in the same spot. Okay, so this one is repeated basically in all these 3 spaces, but here it's just in 2 chain spaces instead of 1. Okay, after that, chain 1 again. Now when we're coming back, instead of doing it this cluster formation around the front post stitch, we're actually doing it around the stitch behind it. Okay, so yarn over, if you can see, putting that a little bit to your right, you're going in there instead. Okay, so that's where you make your cluster. Chain 1 and another cluster. Okay, like that. We're chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, And now we're back to this cluster formation around 2 different chain places, okay? So, starting, you might have to, like what I have to do here is make room and find where this chain space naturally kind of sits. For some reason that was not really happening here. We have to squish things to the side, see, like that, so you can really get a clear spot for that where you're starting. So yarn over and grab that chain 2 space from round 20 and make a cluster. Chain 1, and now we're jumping up a step. We're jumping up to that chain 2 space in round 21. Chaining 2, another cluster. Chaining 1, and then going back down again, which can seem a little bit tricky, but you know, you'll get it. Like that. Okay, now chaining 9 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and that's that repeat done. So again, quite a simple and quick one. Quick and quick. I look at my time and I see this will be 9 minutes. So we'll see, not the quickest thing ever, but it's not the slowest thing. So let's do this repeat one more time, and then you're off on your own. Okay, so let's do the same cluster formation that we used to. Chain 1, cluster again. I really like doing these clusters, especially when you're in the round after, can pick them up with front posts and make them pop. I think they have such a nice touch to a pattern and make things really pretty. Like that. Okay, I've done that. I need to get myself some yarn. That. And after that, I'm chaining 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Trying to do it quite loosely actually, just because I do crochet really tightly. Okay, so we're back to this fun formation, okay? And this one was already quite easy to find. So going in there, in round 20, to do the first cluster, chaining 1, go behind, so jumping up a step really. It's going to be really fun showing you why, because you might, if you've looked at the pattern, you might have figured out what's going to be going on here. Chain 1 and then back down again. But these are the starts of something very interesting, a little bit insane. You're like, oh, I'm worried, I don't want to do it now. 1, 2, 3, we're chaining 3 after we're done with that. Remember, we're going around the stitch rather than in the stitch, and we're doing again a cluster formation, but just 2 of them and with a chain 1 in between. So chain 1 and again. Actually, pull on that a bit because it was not getting very didn't look pretty before. There we go. Okay, now we chain 1 and we're up at the top. We're doing the same formation as we've been doing. That's why it's clear, and I think that's where it goes quicker. So when you are really, really familiar with it, you just go, oh, it's that again, and you just do it. So chain 1, another cluster, like that, chain 2, the third cluster, add a 4, chain 1, and then do the final one, like that. Chain 1, And remember, when we're doing this mini cluster formation, we're going behind, well, in the next stitch, rather than the front post treble, we're going in the next stitch. Okay, like that, and then just chaining 1. It's late again today, just like when I did this the other day, and I can hear my husband sorting out the dishwasher, which means he's going to bed. Chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and this will be your, well, this is your 4th, this is not my 4th, this is my last one. Doing this formation again, so starting in that chain space there, making a cluster like that, chaining 1, and then jumping up to that chain above to do the rest of it. So cluster, chain 2, and then a cluster. That wasn't too bad, was it? Again, it's the placement of things, going down again after you chain 1. It's the placement. It's not that the stitches are hard. Oh, I dropped something there. It's not that the stitches are hard. I'm dropping it again. That's because I'm saying that the stitches aren't hard and the stitches are going, hey, I'm a difficult stitch, be nice to me. But like that, chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then you're done. So I'm going to cut my yarn like that. Okay, just need to fasten that, and then we're done. Let me pick another side so that you can see a bit better. Okay, so that's what's going on for this round. Look at that, pretty, huh? So no, as you can see, it's more the placement of the stitches, the fact that you're going into the chain in front of the top one and things like that. That's what makes it, but that's also what makes it interesting. So that's probably enough for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, or in just a few seconds, for round 23. And welcome back for round 23. Second to last round of this part, so we're almost done already. Now again, I've done 2, and I'll show you what to do. This one is a little bit tricky, and as I was saying when we were doing these let me show you, these funny bits here, they're going to be looking like this now. Okay, so we're going to be climbing around, up and down rounds, so you're going to have to stay a little bit focused, but I am here and I'm with you, so we'll do it together. You will see that these half double crochets that are in this chain, they might curl and stuff. Don't worry about them, that's supposed to happen. So we're starting to build cocoons, because butterflies come from cocoons. Okay, let's get started. We've got color C. In my case, that is girly pink. Girly pink. And I don't think we're actually using any knee stitches in this. Again, it's just where you place them that's gonna trip you up, if anything. Also, keeping count is important in this round to make sure that you've got, for instance, we've got 13 half double crochets in this chain here. It's good to double check it when you've done it, just so that you didn't miss it because you were doing something else, thinking about, you know, like in my case, baby names, which is really, really hard. Anyways, let's get started, and I've drawn on my finger. You'll have to survive that today. Okay, so we're going to start in any chain 2 space corner. With 2 double crochets, treble, chain 2, treble, 2 double crochets. So just kind of like a standard corner for this pattern. 2 double crochets, 1 treble, like that, chaining 2, and then yarning over twice to do the second treble, like that, and then 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. We've got our clusters. We're doing front post double crochets around them and a front post double crochet in the chain in between. if you hear any banging noise, which you might do, because for some reason, things that are not supposed to be picked up on this video gets picked up. I, for instance, think that my husband has put a washing on, so we're going to hear that too. Why is my husband banging? Because he's building us a table. We need a larger kitchen table because there's going to be more of us. Okay, so when we've done those front posts, double crochets around the cluster and the double crochet in the chain space, we're doing 13 half double crochets around the chain knife space. Okay, so let's do that. So 13 of them. Move everything around a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To pull them a bit, done 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, like that. So as I would say, it's not a bad thing to just double check it. Sometimes you make it wrong, so let's just do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Perfect. Now this is where we're going to have to pay some close attention, and I'm going to try and show you as clearly as possible what's going on. Okay, so as you can see here, the yellow here is round 22. The white we're not going to crochet in, but so hang on, yellow is 22, that means that's 21, which means that the pink is 20, the blossom one 20, and this the cantaloupe one is, why am I counting back? This is making it a lot more difficult for myself, I'm noticing. Okay, hang on. Let's do this. I have to change. I have to change page anyways on my pattern. Probably you as well. Okay. Just going. What is she doing? Come on, be more prepared. I am prepared. Don't worry about it. Okay. We're gonna have to do a little slip stitch to attach this. We're doing a chain 4 first. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now, we want to place it in, you see this yellow one right there, okay? So you want to place it in the single crochet, because this is the single crochet from round 18, okay? The single crochet that we placed in the picot 6A from round 16. So let me find a little needle so I can really make it clear. And put it up a bit. Okay, so you want to place it here, okay? However, that's not the easy bit, because you're going from behind here, okay? We're going to be placing the chain down, so we're coming from behind and then coming in front of that single crochet, placing it there, so the chain will kind of come from the back, okay? That's why this one is tricky. It's just to get the right placement of it so that we can climb up. We're going to be climbing up around this chain bit here. We're also going to be climbing, you have these clusters here, around the right post of that cluster. You're going to be climbing, crocheting around that, not the whole thing. And then we're just doing normal things around the clusters, like the front post that we usually do. But you're going to be climbing around that right post, which is important, and then around this whole chain thing. Okay. Yeah, let's just do it. See if you taking this slow so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so you want to go from behind the chain space, okay, over here. You want to go and grab that single crochet. Oop. It's harder to do this obviously on screen than it is and I'm holding it right in front of me. So you grab it, and as you see, this just looks absolutely insane. However, grab your yarn and just do a slip stitch, okay, like that. Okay, so your chain is going to be placed there. Bit tricky, chaining 2, okay, to get out from there. So let's pull everything back, and we've done that. You can see what's going on, okay? So it's placed behind there, okay, but still from the front. I hope you followed that well. Okay, when we've done that, chaining 2, and then around this chain space that we have, from let's see, from round 19, that is, we're going around that. We're making 2 double crochets around that. So you're coming in from the left hand side. You can actually turn your work if that makes it more easy, because we're crocheting up, so we're actually not going in this direction anymore, we're kind of going this, so it might be easy to turn your work. So go around that chain and around the chain 4 that you've just made. Make 2 double crochets like that, and after that we're ready to jump up a row up to this cluster bit. So we're going to be doing 3 double crochets in the right post of that cluster, and again around the chain. So let's do 3. 1, get in there, do 2, and then do 3. When we've done that, we're going once more into the right side of that cluster, the right post. However, we're going up to this chain that we have from the previous round, okay? So we're going around that. So now we're going to get to turn our work again back to where we should be, okay, like that. So see what's going on here? Doing that. Now we're doing a front post double crochet around the cluster from round 22. So just normal, you know, thank God for the front post double crochets. We're back to them. We're doing that in the chain, and we're doing that around the next cluster as well. And now we're up in the chain space between the clusters, and there we're doing 3 double crochets, 1 treble, chain 1, treble, and 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3, treble, chain 1, and then treble, and then 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Finishing off this cluster part like we usually do, with front post double crochet in the chain, and then front post double crochet, okay? So front post crochet, double crochet in the next bit, and then front post double crochet again, like that, okay? So as you can see, let's pull that up, it's probably going to be a long round. That's what that should look like, okay? So can you see? We went back behind that, fastened it in that yellow single crochet, and then we did a chain 2, did 2 double crochets around this chain from round 19 and in the chain 4. So the chain 4 on the back is actually hidden, can you see? You can't see it anywhere. And after that we went into the right post of that right double crochet cluster from round 20. We did 3 double crochets including the chain 4 on the back, and then we did 1 more double crochet in the same spot, however around this chain 9 from the previous round, okay? After that, yeah, that's our washing machine. Really sorry about that, guys. And then we did front post double crochet around the cluster. We did a double crochet and then a double crochet, front post double crochet around the next cluster. In the middle, that was pretty straightforward, and again around those clusters pretty straightforward, but it looks like this. So this is the beginning of your first cocoon. So let's keep going, but this round might take a little bit longer than the last one did. Okay, so after that we're doing 6 half double crochets in this chain 3 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we are back to just working in these clusters. It's pretty straightforward. We're doing half double crochets in this and front post half double crochets rather than doing doubles, and it's going to be pretty straightforward. We've got in brackets, so we've got a few repeats, just means that we're doing the same thing. So front post half double crochet around the cluster, and then a half double crochet in that chain space. Okay, when we do that, we're just repeating it. So again, front post half double, and then a half double, and then we're repeating that once more, like that, and in that chain space too. And then we've got a front post half double crochet around that last cluster before the middle bit, and after that 2 half double crochets, chain 1, so 1, 2, chain 1, and then 2 more. See, when I move my studio from this temporary one, I'm not going to have a washing machine in the room next to me, which is a good thing, because hopefully I won't get disturbed. My husband will hear about this later. Okay, let's keep on going. We've done half of this round. So again, little repeats where we're doing a front post half double crochet and then another front post half double crochet. Repeat that. Do it correctly. Repeating it yet again, like that. And then finally we're doing a front post half double crochet around the final little cluster there. See how it makes them all pop? Talked about the popping already. Then we're doing 6 half double crochets in this chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Tight there, but that's fine. Now when we do this second cocoon, we're actually doing it in exactly the same way as we did this one. So we're not mirroring this at all. Okay, we're just doing the same. So we're going to be turned the same way. Like if you look at my the one I prepared earlier, like the chef I am, you can see it looks like this. Okay, so let's do that. So we're going to be chaining 4. And the second repeat I might wait and do when the washing is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can hear me properly. I don't know how much it is disturbing you, but it's disturbing me a lot. Okay, so if you remember, you've got that chain 4, go in behind that chain here, grab that single crochet and do a slip stitch like that. So just pull your yarn through and chain 2, 1 and 2. Okay, now to make it easier, turn your work sideways. How many times do you crochet sideways in your different projects? I was going to make loads of noise now, sorry. 2 double crochets around that chain space and around the chain 4, jumping up and doing the right side of the cluster and also around that chain. It's because we're hiding that chain 4, so doing 3 double crochets there. 1, 2 and 3. And now we're doing another double crochet, jam it in there very tight and up in that chain space that you have at the top from round that you did those 6 half double crochets in. And now we can turn our work back a little bit because we're back to doing everything in this cluster bit. So we're doing a front post double crochet around that cluster from the previous round, double crochet in the chain space, front post double crochet around the cluster, and then we have all of those that we need to fit into that chain 2 space. So we had 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. I actually hear beeping. I can hear that the washing machine is actually done. Oh, what a joy. Hopefully it was my clothes in there. I don't think it was. But at least he's washing, right? That's what we should be happy about. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and then a treble. And we're doing a chain 1, and like that. Doing our second treble, and then 3 more double crochets. We're jamming into that chain 2 space. 1, 2, and 3. Finishing off these 2 clusters with front post double crochets and a double crochet in between. Okay, like that. Last little chain of this side. So we're doing 13 half double crochets. Remember, keep a count, make sure you do all of them. It's just going to be hard later on if it's not correct. Everything is fixable, but still, it's nice when you don't have to improvise and finish it differently than you planned. I used to always, really frog everything. If I found anything that was wrong, I'd frog. I must say, these days I am not as picky. But I remember my worst one of those, which I actually had to frog. It was a nightmare. I was so upset. And I probably would have gotten further with my Sophie's Universe if this hadn't happened. But I remember sitting, working, and looking at it and thinking, what's going on here? And I'd managed to get 2 separate whites. One that was very bright white and one that was off-white. And I'd accidentally swapped in between, in the middle of everything. So I think I'd done like that far with one and then really far with the other, and I think I cried actually. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So did I really do 13 while I was talking? Let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, that was just 12. But I frogged that, and when I had frogged it, I think I cried even more because I didn't film frogging it. I was just like, oh, I'm such an idiot. Anyways, okay, we're back to these clusters. We're doing front post double crochets around the cluster, double crochet in that chain, and front post around the cluster. And we're back. We did that first repeat. Yay! And look at that. See, things are happening now in this pattern that are a little bit both crazy and exciting. I'm going to go with you one more time, so this is going to be a long round. You know, you can always fast me forward if you think you don't want to see it a second time. But actually, without voting, did I say that yesterday? I shouldn't be crocheting in 2 days in a row in the same parts. I can't remember what I said. I think I did say that more people voted for 2 repeats rather than 1. So here we go. Second repeat. I'm going to start off with, just like we did in the first one, I don't want to check on my 2 double crochets and then a treble and chain 2. So 2 double crochets. I don't want to flip my paper over again. That's cool. That's just laziness, isn't it? But it makes noise. Chaining 2 and then a treble and 2 more double crochets. Okay. My husband built a bench the other day, so you can sit down and put your shoes on in a hallway, or just by our door. And now he's building us a large kitchen table. And now we're doing front post double crochets around the clusters and a double crochet in between. And basically the bench, I just turned out beautifully. I have to show that on Instagram. I think it's gorgeous. And then we're doing 13 half double crochets around the chain. So this first bit is very straightforward. It's starting the cocoons that is a bit more difficult. But anyway, so he's building this table, and again the kids are home. Well, now it's actually the weekend, so the kids are home anyways, but he's got a really bad cough and Jolene's fine. but it just means it's hard for us to get things done. It is like that when you have kids though, you just have to improvise. Thankfully we help each other, and he's already been doing a load of work today, and I've actually slept all until noon today. That's what happens when you don't get to sleep at night. Okay, let's see. This is not 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I seem to be stopping at 12. So you can see a pattern over here. Okay, so we're back to this starting the cocoons. And let's do that. I'm just grabbing some yarn so I don't have to stop with that in the middle of everything. Okay, so let's do this a little bit. I've gone through very carefully where you have to go and how you have to reach things. So hopefully now I can just go through this and do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do go back and double check if there's something that you find unclear. This is the good thing when you're crocheting, because you have hooks, so you can just hook that and grab it to the back and go in from the front. Slip stitch around that and chain 2. 1 and 2. Okay, tiny work, just makes it a little bit easier. Around that chain and around the chain 4, 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay, yarn over and go through that cluster, making sure you're just getting the right post. 1, 2 and 3, and after that going in there again, but skipping the chain 4 and grabbing, I think it was a chain 9, wasn't it, when we did it in the last round, like that. And that should make sure that you get on top of your work again. See, it pulls you up. Okay, front post double crochet around the cluster from round 22, and then a double crochet in that chain space, front post double crochet. Now in the chain 2 space, loads of things happening and squishing in there. So 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then we're doing a treble, so yarn over twice. Chaining 1 and another treble. On movie that Joe has really fallen in love with this Christmas is Winnie the Pooh. So we've been singing a lot of Winnie the Pooh, and 3 double crochets now, and Zoe Deschanel does the singing and the songs and that, and it's just so good. We listen to it every evening, and a lot during the days as well. 1, 2, 3 double crochets, and it's very cute because she doesn't speak a lot, but she can sing the songs. So that's fun. We're doing a front post double crochet around the cluster. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie So there we go. So we've done that first one. Now we're doing 6 half double crochets around this chain 3. So we're squishing them all in there. Okay, as I've said, the half double crochets might curl a bit, and that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Continuing on this half double crochet journey with brackets. Half double crochet, a front post 1 around the cluster, then a half double crochet in the chain. Repeat that 2 more times. So front post, half double crochet, and then a half double crochet in the chain, and then the second time around. Then for that last cluster before we're in the middle of everything, another half double crochet. Now we're doing 2 half double crochets, 1, 2, chaining 1, and then 2 more half double crochets. Okay, there we go. See, not that far to go. So once you get a hang of it, I find that these are really fun to do. it's just because they create this different type of thing, and they also kind of see, at the moment, look like a butterfly wing, but they're going to turn into cocoons. Maybe I should have made them butterfly wings. Anyways, I did cocoons. Okay, so we're doing the front post half double again, half double in the chain, doing this 3 times in total. So this is the second repeat, and then that's the third. And after we've done that, doing a front post half double crochet again, doing 6 more half double crochets in this chain 3 space. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing exactly the same thing as we did over here, but this time on this side. So go in from behind in that chain, grab that single crochet and pull it out. So you can do a slip stitch and just attach your yarn, chain 2 to get out from behind. Okay. Turn your work around. You don't have to turn your work around. I don't think I did when I actually made this. I just realized now that when I was showing you that actually that's easier. So we're hiding the chain 4 and building our cocoon. So 2 double crochets, okay, around those 2 chain spaces. Jumping up and grabbing half of that cluster. And then also again around that chain 4, we're doing 3 double crochets to begin with, and after that we're doing 1 and grabbing the chain 3 from the previous round. So we're going in over there. Okay, and this will make it easier to go back and turn your work a bit and keep going in the direction we're used to. So double crochet, front post double crochet around that cluster, in the chain double crochet, and then a front post one again around the cluster. And we are doing 3 double crochets, if I remember correctly. I'm not really looking at my pattern, hopefully I've done it correct. Ooh, scary. And then the treble. And then a chain 1, and then a treble again. I'll have so many complaints if I've done this wrong now, wouldn't I? 1, 2, and 3 for the 3 double crochets going in that chain 2 space. Front post double crochet around the cluster, like that. And then double crochet around the chain, another double crochet, a front post double crochet. God, that always trips me up. And then we are doing 13 half double crochets around the chain. 1, 2, 3, no, yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we've got this week coming, which is hopefully going to be quite calm. After that week, so in a week and a day's time, I think that might actually even be the week that the cow starts, which just really scared me now. That's when we start moving our kitchen and making new rooms and things, so everything's going to be a mess when this cow starts. But hey, what's life if it's not full of mess? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Something about that 12. I always stop at 12, don't I? That's the 3rd time in a row. Front post double crochets around the cluster, double crochet in the chain, and then a front post double crochet around that cluster, and that's your second repeat done. So hopefully this was clear enough for you to follow. Watch it over and over again if you didn't get it. And that's what it looks like. So very exciting for the next round to see what's going to be going on. So I'll meet you back for the last and final round of this part, round 24. See you soon. Welcome back. We're already at the last round of this part. I can't believe it's been that quick. For this part, we're actually leaving the cocoon, so don't worry about them. We'll not be doing anything more complicated for this part. We're crocheting simply in the last round, skipping the cocoon, going behind that, and that's what we're doing for a round. The only thing we're doing differently is we're attaching, going down into round 21. For this round, we're using colour D, which is the same colour we used for round 21, so you'll be attaching with the same colour, okay? So your corners will look like this, okay? And at the moment, they look like this, okay? So they're a bit flimsy and everything. And when we're done, they look like that, okay? So, I haven't really used stitch markers. You can use stitch markers for this. If you do, it would be to find this stitch that you're going to be using. It will be the 11th stitch of round 21, counting from your corner, and the same if you're doing it from there, counting backwards. So what you can do, don't forget your hidden stitch right here, is count for 11 stitches and place a stitch marker there, and it might help you. Or you just count it when you are or you just count it when you're working. Let me grab that again because that got loose. Okay, let's just get started. I'm gonna drink some water. Maybe you're having tea. This cold is really bugging me. Okay, so our corners are going to be made up of 2 half double crochets, chain 2 and 2 half double crochets. So nothing weird about that. So 2 half doubles, chain 2, and then do 2 more half doubles, okay? Like that. After that, we're doing a few back post stitches. Just need to keep count, really. Just make sure that you're doing it. Right, back post single crochet in the next 6 stitches. That will take you from this corner all the way to that cluster. So you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So none of the half double crochets in that chain. So you know if you're doing that, you've gone too far. So I do 1 back post single, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, easy enough. When we've done those 6, we're doing 6 back post double crochets in the next 6 stitches then. So now we're getting into to this chain space. So that's why you don't really have to worry if you think it, you know, oh, I have to even it out. You don't have to worry because this sorts itself out with the help of these stitches as well. So we're doing 6 back post double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. Drop that. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Okay, so we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more to go. After that, we're doing 4 single crochets in the next 4 stitches. Okay, simple enough. 1, 2, 3 and 4. I feel like I'm getting caught in everything right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm really sorry. I moved my yarn, maybe that's it. Now this is where you're going to attach this whole thing into round 21, okay? So you're doing another single crochet in the next stitch, and then in the stitch directly underneath, which will be your 11th stitch from round 21. Okay, you're going to be going through round 21 before you go around the one you're in now. So if you've got your stitch marker placed, or you count, go through that and go through the next stitch, yeah, and do that. And as you see, I could actually leave that in there, which worked fine. So maybe stitch marker is the way to go. After that, in the final 2 stitches, we're doing 2 more single crochets, like so, and also a single crochet around that chain, you know, that chain 4 space that we've hidden. Just doing that in there. Okay, now we are doing 2 more single crochets before going into the next. This is where we're going behind our cocoon. So if you turn and look at your work, we're now crocheting in round in round 21. So we're doing a single crochet behind your work in the stitch just before the clusters, which are the ones here. So let's just find that stitch and do a single crochet. And after that, we're not chaining or doing anything. We're finding the next stitch after that cluster and going in there as well and doing another single crochet. And that's it. It's just taking you to the other side here on the back. Now we're jumping up to work in these 6 half double crochets in that chain, so we're not doing anything in this cocoon at all. That's for later. Okay, we're starting off with a back post single crochet. Okay, and after that we're doing 1 back post half double crochet. Okay, and then 3 back post double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we've done 3. After that, we're doing another back post half double crochet, like that. And after that, we're doing back post single crochets in the next 9 stitches. Now that should take you all the way to the chain 1 space. Okay, so let's just check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So then you know you can just do back post single crochets until you hit that chain 1. Okay, so this round is pretty straightforward, nothing tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, spoke too early. And 9. Now we're in the middle of, we've done half of that already. So in the middle chain 1 space here, we're just doing 1 single crochet, chaining 2, and another single crochet, like that. And now we're just going back. So 9 back post single crochets. 1. I guess if you've got a looser tension than I have, all of these back post thingies and all of that is automatically probably easier to do. Maybe I've made it hard for myself with all of them because I crochet quite tightly. Feels like I'm crocheting looser now though when I'm showing you this, but I don't think so. Wishful thinking. Something like that. Okay, so now that should be 9. I'm going to double check that because it should not be 9, and that should be 7. Let's finish off with that last 2, that should be 9. Let's see if it is. Okay, so that's that single. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Perfect. Now we're back to that 6 half double crochets, and in that we're doing first a half double back post. Still a lot of back posts in this one. Then we're doing 3 back post doubles. Whoops, this is what I mean when I crochet tightly. It's it can be quite hard getting in the stitches. 1, 2, at the back post, 3. Now we're doing a half double crochet, back post still, and then for the final one, single. Okay. Now again, we're going to the back of our work, locating that from round 21, just doing a single, jumping over that whole cluster part and doing another single over in the next stitch. After that, we're jumping up, ignoring this whole thing here in the cluster and going back into the final stitches, which will be your half double crochets from the last round in that chain space. And we're starting off actually with single crochets. So find that stitch and do 2, I think. 1 and 2, and now we have to locate that 11 stitch from the corner. So this time I don't have a stitch marker, so let's do it the other way around. Okay, don't have a hidden stitch here obviously because they're pointing the other direction, so it might be easier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the next one will then be 11, right? So we're going through that one and then going through that one, doing a single crochet, let's say. Okay, and after that I think we're doing 4 more single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And after that we're doing 6 double back post double crochets, and then we're doing 6 back post single crochets, and then we're right at the end. One thing that I usually miss just because I'm in a rush, but I wanted to say, do remember that now when you're starting doing this back post one, the next one, it looks like this should be your next back post, but remember you've just crocheted in that stitch there, right there, you've just crocheted in that stitch, which means your back post is actually over here, so it feels like it's actually quite far away. But so don't, because then you won't, obviously the stitch count will be off because you've placed it wrong. So many times I'm going, oh, what did I do wrong? And then I just, oh, it was that again. Anyways, so we're doing 6. When you've done 6, you should be at the cluster. Okay, so when you've done 6, now I'm at my cluster, so double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we're doing 6 back post single crochets, and then that repeat is actually complete. The repeat is complete. Should use that more often. That was very like rhyming. Anyways, okay, so that's that first repeat. Okay, so it looks like that. See? We pick that up, and same over here. So we're actually creating these spaces and shaping them. Okay, so well done. Let's do this all for the second repeat, and after that, you know, you've done part 2. It's already complete. Managed to spill water on my face. Well, you can't see that now, can you? Let's start. 2 half double crochets. 1, 2, chain 2, and then 2 more half double crochets. 1 and 6 back post single crochets. Oh, this angle sometimes drives me insane. 1. This is obviously not how I would be holding my work if I was crocheting without you guys, but that'd be such a shame. I hope a lot of you are actually finding them helpful, or at least having something to laugh at when I'm babbling off, because that works too. 6 of them, and now you should be at your half double crochets in that chain where you're doing 6 back post double crochets, so yarning over. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, after that, 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to be going down, so you have to locate the 11th stitch. So you've got your hidden one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's 11, so I'm going to hold the 12. Yeah, it was easier actually for the first one. Placing a stitch marker wasn't that bad of an idea. Noting now. And that will be your next one. So pull through both and do your single crochet. Single crochets in the final 2 stitches of those half double crochets. And then we're dropping our yarn once you've picked it up again. Do 1 more single crochet in that chain 4 that we've hidden on the back, or hidden on the side here. Look at the back of your work, so push your cocoon forward, locate in round 11 the stitch before the clusters and do a single, and then the stitch after the clusters and do another single. Now we're jumping up, working in the half double crochets of the previous round in that chain, 6 of them, and we start off with a back post single crochet. Nice. I thought I got in there really well. I didn't. So back post single. Now we're doing a half double and doing 3 back post doubles. All of these are back posts again. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're doing another half double, so back post half double. Now there should be 9 stitches left until we get to the corner, or to the middle chain 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And in all of those you're doing back post single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Okay, so look, half of the repeat done. And then in that middle chain 1, we're doing a single crochet, chaining 2, and then a single crochet. And then we're happy and good to go. So let's just finish this repeat. You're doing really well. Can't really see what you're doing, but I'm guessing you're doing really well. Why wouldn't you be? Okay, so 9 back post single crochets. Let's just keep going. 1, 2. I'm too close there. Okay, sorry. 3 and 4. 5. 6. Okay, after that we're back to that chain with all of those half double crochets. Let me fix my yarn, is getting a bit tangled. Starting off in those half double crochets to do a back post half double crochet, like that. Then we're doing 3 back post double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 2 more stitches of those half doubles, so we're doing a back post half double and then a back post single. Okay, and then those ones are done. Look at that. Now locate that stitch on the back, which is before your cluster. Go in there and do a single crochet, and then you're skipping that whole cluster bit and going into the next stitch of that same round and doing a single crochet. You don't have to do them too tightly, you're going to see they're quite big. It's just to get you over the other side and not creating a chain space that's going to not be used later. Okay, so after that we're going back to the half double crochets, which is your final stretch before this round and this part is done. So we go up there and start off with a single crochet. Do another single crochet because we're doing 2. And now locate that 11th stitch, so count from your corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then obviously the next one is 11. Boop. Going into the next stitch, like so. There we go, finishing that. And then we're doing 4 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and when we've done that, remember we're doing 6 back post double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and see, we're going into that one. Okay, so not that stitch, going in there, so you don't accidentally miss that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we should have 6 more stitches to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we're done. And that's back post single crochets. So let's do them. And then after that, give ourselves a big pat on the back and say, wow, what a great job I've done understanding Kay's head, which is what you've been doing. Well done. This is like a journey through my brain. Is it messy, you think? You probably think it's really messy. Anyways, I like a big creative mess. There we go. That's that round done. So well done. So we've done part 2 now. I'm sorry that it's all not fitting in the screen. You can see how big it's becoming now. Actually, for the fun of it, I can check from first side to side to see it without it being blocked how large mine is. Let's see. From corner to corner, mine is now 28. If I check the middle, let's see if that's a bit larger. Yeah, that's 30. The middle is 30 and corner to corner over here is that. Over on the diagonal, it's 30, almost 37. Okay, so well done. You are finished with round 2. Well, part 2, not round 2, that was ages ago. Part 2. I hope you're enjoying this and having fun. I'll see you back in a week's time, next Friday, when we start part 3. Okay, cheers, bye.